At first, there was only darkness. Not the darkness of night, not the darkness beneath the stone or the ground. Something older, something wet, and something breathing. The air smells of rain, soil, and rot. Boom, boom. Then the whispers begin. First blood, remember. First blood was spilled. First blood was stolen. First blood. The Verdance shifts behind you and beneath you, though you cannot see it. Branches scrape together like old bones in the canopy. Roots drag beneath the earth, leaves tremble without wind. Then another whisper cuts through. Treachery grows best through royal sword. Brother against brother, crown against crown. The bargain is buried, the roots found it anyway. The heartbeat continues. Somewhere ahead, something drips. Not water. Something warmer. Something fading. The Heartwood is bleeding. The great roots coil through the dark like veins beneath the skin, splits open and weeping faint golden light. Hope spills from in within it, dying threads draining from almost an empty tank. The whispers grow hungry. Pain beneath the bark, pain beneath the stone, pain beneath the iron, pain beneath the glass, pain beneath the blood. Defunct. You hear a crack above you. Something snaps. A branch larger than the castle itself beams tear free and crashes through the unseen canopy. Another falls. Crack. Then another, ripping through the canopy above you. Rot spreads through the wood like black veins. Flowers wither before they bloom. Mushrooms split open and spill ash instead of spores. The forest groans, not in anger, but in exhaustion. The heartbeat is getting weaker, slower. And then you feel it, a tingling across your skin, pins and needles beneath the bark. Beneath the flesh, it crawls up your arms and into your chest, behind your eyes and into your consciousness. The darkness leans close. The Verdance inhales, and every whispers stop at once. A voice speaks, soft, certain, and controlling. Ah, there you are. Basagar, you wake up. Cue the intro music.
You gonna keep that to yourself, or?
Oh, don't worry.
In every city, every kingdom, there's a story that never sees the light. The one that falls through the cracks, bleeds through the floorboards, and smiles when the sun finally goes down. Where heroic promises, broken oaths, bad decisions, and desperate prayers all sit at the same table. 6 heroes emerge out of the edge of the shadows. Kieran.
No matter what, there will be consequences.
Zeph.
That asshole.
Pinakua.
You said we were talking, but you're not saying it.
Seraphina.
Look, I have the voice of an angel, will you believe me?
Severian.
It's not murder. It's food.
And Basagar.
We need to get out of the castle.
Together, they walk the line between mercy and ruin, rolling bones against hope and fear in a world that wants them obedient, or worse, dead. So lace your boots, check your blades, and hold your breath. Meet us at the blade's edge. Once this story starts, it doesn't let you go. This is Tales by Daggerlight.
Hey, welcome back to Tales by Daggerlight. Hope you liked that cold intro there. Starting off on a different note this time. We are eternally grateful for the makers of Daggerheart, the people over at Darrington Press. We love you guys so much. We love everybody. Go check them out. Go look at Candela Obscura, Daggerheart, all the new games they're releasing. I had a list of them. I can't think of it. Thank you. Yeah, Familiars. That was the newest one. Yeah, I really want to play that one. Looks so fast and so fun to play. Yeah, Clean by Midnight's so good. But yeah, they're great and amazing people. But without further ado, let's go through a round of character introductions. That way you guys can hear who we're playing, just in case you forgot our lovely voices. We'll start with Luke.
I'm Luke, and I'm playing Kieran.
This is Jeff, playing Kua.
This is Kevin, and I'm playing Zeph.
This is Jen. I'm playing Seraphina.
This is John, playing Basagar.
And I am Severian, the Briar Warrior.
That's the energy I'm looking for.
Play like
And I am everybody else, your GM, Kurt Wild. All right. What happened last time? Oh, man. You fled through Gorlich Castle through the East River exit, leaving the abrogate and the storm-wrecked city of Aurelia behind you with Princess Silwyn, Princess Pillar Marilyn, Beta Prince Wilhelm Varel, Pillar Marival Sunsworn, Lady Liza, the rest of the Ghore Bound, and a scattered band of nobles and civilians in tow.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a Rosari horse.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. You crossed into the outer edge of the Verdance forest. Behind you, Kieran, Seraphina, and Pinakua saw one last grim image, a body hanging from the bridge near the Gorlich Bell Tower. The Verdance greeted you with cold, wet, but alive foliage and fauna. Some of you, it was unfamiliar and dangerous. For Basagar and Severian, it felt closer to home than anything you had experienced in a long time. On the way to the local watering hole, Severian and Silwyn shared a special moment and brought down a mighty bear, a majestic beast that looks like a bear with deer antlers, a beast large enough to feed the whole motley group of guards, adventurers, and civilians, bringing everyone together over the power of food. So then, among the things brought from the chaos of the previous day, Marilyn Varel handed you guys a strange parchment with an envelope containing a map. Its symbols pointed towards Haemawud and then away from the Heartwood. There, the old Lemuran runes and the warnings written like a riddle scrawled over the parchment. Kieran and the others began trying to make sense of it, tracing the words around the edge, starting with "Seek not the crown beneath the crown, for what was stolen was never worn in truth." And so on and so on. If we need a quick reminder, we can read it just for the listeners, because this is an audio podcast. They can't see it. Now Varelia burns behind you. Haemawud waits somewhere ahead. The map in your hands may be a path, a warning, or a trap. So after you guys awaken to the sound of the forest fauna coming to life, how do you prepare for your journey ahead?
I think Zeph actually is one of the first to wake. And he awakes with a start. Kind of a... And then he starts to get his bearings
and
around him.
realizes that there's a very small fae draped across the top of him because she refused to lay in the dirt. So her head...
Snuggle buddy.
Her head is laying on your chest, and her feet are probably somewhere along the tops of your thighs. And yeah, she is passed out on her stomach. But yeah, she was not laying in the dirt.
And he just gently kind of rolls on his side and puts her like onto the dew-laden grass so that he can get up and go about just kind of busy himself to try and forget whatever it was that startled him to wake.
So we left off last session with you guys doing a long rest. So if you guys want to start with what you and how you would prepare or work on several things to either lower stress, repair armor, do the things. So this is your time to describe. And Severian, if you did want to try to get a long rest by taking watch or like taking a break from watch, and I'm not going to just rip that away from you.
Because fine to just do a short rest.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
I think that'll do me.
Yeah.
Like as Zeph finds himself waking up, kind of rousing himself, he sees Kua kind of leaned over, peering into the map that's still clutched into Kieran's hands, just trying to have his chance at looking at it, just as it raises and lowers on Kieran's chest as he's just sleeping with the map half trying to read it still. even
Kieran
in his
absolutely
sleep.
fell asleep reading it, like, intently looking at it. But
So Kua is attempting to prepare by going over the map and trying to understand and help decide where, not decide, but interpret where we're trying to go. And as soon as Kieran wakes up to continue his perusal of it, Kua will try and work with him instead of between his fingers.
yeah, I would absolutely be willing to make that like a joint project.
Yeah, so you guys can gain hope and work on that.
So I would assume that Zeph rolling Seraphina into the wet grass would probably wake her up, and I feel like she'd probably sit up and kind of squinty and sleepy-eyed and look at you and be like, Zeph, why did you take my bed away?
Fortunately, your bed doubles as my body, and it was time to get up.
I don't like sleeping in the woods, guys. This is bad. Can we find an inn tomorrow night? This is really not.
We'll do our best to find an inn.
Okay.
No promises.
I mean, like, even if it's one of those, like, small country inns, that would be okay, as long as there's a bed.
Seraphina, we are a long way from even the small country inns at this point.
I was so afraid you were gonna say that. Okay. Where is Cousin Bass? Has anybody seen him yet?
Not yet.
Is he still in the ground? And Seraphina will kind of go over to where he had been laying before he sunk in, and she'll just kind of cup her hands and put them down on the ground and be like, Basagar, are you awake yet? Hello?
You see just kind of on the ground, Mista is still just kind of curled up, and you can kind of see the grass is kind of just very subtly, if you look, Mista is just kind of going up and down, as you can assume that it looks like the earth is breathing, but it's Basagar sleeping and no reply.
I think Seraphina will give Mista a little scritch and look around and see that Kua and Kieran are looking at the map and wander over and be like, I haven't got a chance to look at that either. It's a map? Is that right?
It seems to be a map and a puzzle, perhaps, maybe a riddle. There seems to be a message alongside of the map. But yet, for all intents and purposes, it seems to be showing us our next destination.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Kieran, you've had more time to look at this. Have you interpreted anything further than that?
Well, at the very least, I believe our next destination has not changed. Whatever Basagar and Severian deign to join us.
Who just kind of looks over at the pile of dirt Basagar is. He hasn't moved much. And I haven't seen Severian since the water got a little bit loud last night.
Eventually, Severian will make his way over as he's been making the rounds around kind of camp and see that you guys have all woken up. It's about time to leave. Yes? Are we prepared?
It'll probably take the others a little bit to get ready, but I had a question for you.
I'd be happy to answer.
Would you be happy to spar?
Oh, of course. Severian kind of lights up. All of the energy that is sapped from his body of a long night of patrolling is returned.
There we go. All right. And I would like to prepare with Severian by sparring, and Zeph probably getting his ass absolutely.
I don't know about that.
You want to roll some dice? Let's just do some straight rolls.
That's a
We'll do 3 rounds.
PvP.
So this is so you're just rolling just do a duality check and just do highs and lows. So
Round 1, fight!
With hope or fear, or just straight?
just straight.
15.
14.
Oh, it's a
man.
close match, but Severian is just one step above.
I'm happy with that since I'm trying to learn from this.
You're
So
trying to learn. So let's
Severian
go for.
is showing his exhaustion as he's trying to pick up the energy, pick up the pace, kind of match you as we're going. But you can tell it's worn on him a little bit. He's starting to perk up.
Round 2. Fight.
11.
So either a 22 or a crit.
Oh,
Double
crit.
11s.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's a crit. All right, you won one to what? What does that look like for Zeph?
I think, because again, this is Zeph trying to pick up how to use this stuff. He's like a street brawler. And I think he gets a little frustrated. And he starts bringing in some of those dirty street brawler tricks.
Severian also has some dirty tricks.
Yeah, so like tripping and like pushing off balance and, you know, things that are a little less traditional. As he starts to lose his patience with himself, not with Severian, but
Nice.
Oh yeah, Severian just gets his ass thrown to the grass.
Right, this is the tiebreaker. This one is going to be special rules. This one will be a straight duality check with hope and fear.
Round 3. Fight.
That's a crit.
that's a 10 with fear.
He says, "You want to see dirty? I'll show you
All
dirty."
right. All right, so clear stress and gain a hope if you have room to do so, and explain what happens.
Yeah, once Severian sees that you're gonna abandon dignity a little bit, he's kind of been trying to maintain appearances. You know, he has his moves and stuff, but as soon as he realizes you're actually trying to go for it, he's gonna match you, and he's gonna do all of his kind of animalistic stuff down on the ground, around, biting, anything he can do without actually really hurting you.
And it probably ends with Severian pinning Zeph and, you know, having him almost, I could picture his jaws like at around the neck, not applying pressure, but just there to be like, I got you if I want you kind of thing, you know. And Zeph just kind of being like, okay, yeah, yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah, quickly releases. I appreciate your willingness to do whatever's necessary to try and achieve victory. It's something my people admire.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't really know how to use these things very well, but I guess it makes sense to use what you know, because based on what we've seen, the enemies we're going up against, they don't have honor. So why should we show them?
I still don't quite understand the concept of honor. All I understand is winning and losing, dying and living, and what I want to do is to live.
I think at the end of the day, that's all that's going to matter in this fight. So the more you can teach me, I think the better off we're going to be. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
I look forward to learning more.
Right now?
I need breakfast.
Okay.
You maybe not realize this as the adrenaline was pumping, but you start feeling like you're itching everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of like that almost that briar scratch, because as you've been sparring with the briar warrior, you know, you got scratches all on your arm. It's just that plant itch that you get, like, ugh, yeah.
I'm in real life, I'm allergic to grass. So as a kid, I would roll around in grass and be like, oh no.
Yeah.
So no, so Zeph is just kind of walking around, just scratching.
It'll toughen you up.
There's a lake. Zeph could go take a quick dip.
He takes the boots off so that he can, and he's going to go try and rinse off as much as he can so he's not completely miserable.
I feel like the boots, they are magical in nature. I want to say those are selective. So it's not like you are forced to stay on the surface.
Still don't want to have like waterlogged boots.
Again.
You know, probably takes his boots and
it's kind of like the ring of water.
the boots and the socks off. You know, let's actually be all.
Maybe they're hydrophobic, and like as soon as you choose it, they expel water. They just like a sponge.
But it's just the boots, not the socks.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
traps the water in the socks because
It's repelling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Seraphina's just
Worst
sat
item
and
ever.
watched their sparring. I think she was probably like cheering them on, and like, you know, when the fight started to get like a little dirty, you know, she would be like kind of laughing and like, you know, egging you guys on. But she's sitting on top of wherever Basagar is sleeping, with Mista now curled up in her lap, kind of just petting him, just waiting for her cousin to wake up.
I think, Seraphina, as you're sitting there after the fight, you begin to feel the ground rumble beneath you. And before you have a chance to react, no! As you are shunted out beneath you, along with Mista, and are airborne as an eruption happens from underneath. As Basagar shoots out of the ground, and you just feel this weight all around, like probably a good radius, as he slams into the ground and pulls himself up. He looks as if an elemental form has taken shape, but this time he's thicker skinned, covered in mud, covered in thick, just harder stone. Whether you think at first glance you think it's probably just from sleeping underground, but no, it's you start to see the Gorlich Castle emblem scathed across his chest, and he's panting and looking around. He knows where we are.
Varian's gonna rush over as soon as he hears you start to scream.
Yeah.
Oryx knows where we are. The Heartwood is dead. We need to leave.
Okay. How?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, just starts mindlessly just walking.
Severian will follow you. I patrolled all night and I saw no signs of encroachment, but I'm aware that in the time that it took us to rest, he could have gotten closer. I said we should have left before, more quickly. I was afraid of this very thing.
I don't know how he found me. I didn't do anything. I just connected I just fell asleep. And Basagar is shaking.
We still have time. He hasn't reached us, but we need to move quickly. We should gather everyone up and be on our way. Bas, you're fine.
Give me a knowledge check.
Me?
Basagar, yeah.
Shit. That's a crit.
Nice.
Yeah, so clear that stress and gain a hope. Out of all of that, you know that there is something just in the back of your head that just didn't seem right. It could have just been a nightmare. But you look down in the hole that was Basagar. You see that there's just like small little bloodcap mushrooms growing off to the side. Like you were providing essence and nutrients to the ground that you were in. And it was almost like it was holding you, and like you had to like rip yourself out of it. There's still remnants of you and the mycelium tendrils that are sticking out, almost like waving, looking for extra stuff. But what is something in all of that? Now that you look into it, maybe behind the scenes, behind the cracks, there's something that you can glean from the whispers.
I think he's focused on the Heartwood, focused on the rot dying up within or beneath the stone, beneath the glass, because those were similar things that had the stone, the glass, the blood. These elements were mentioned once before by Oryx, and that was one of the last things that he had mentioned. So I think he's focusing on that and what the true meaning behind that is.
As you focus on that, especially those whispers of beneath the stone, beneath the glass, beneath the iron, beneath the blood. You remember almost like a flash of a memory from you and Oryx speaking that just seems so fleeting. And he mentioned something about elemental trees. That there are multiple trees other than the Heartwood. The Heartwood is one of a few. And you know the Heartwood's the blood. So what are the others?
I think I look at Severi and just kind of take a deep breath, and you're right. I think it probably was just a nightmare.
I doubt that. We know that he's pursuing us.
No, yes, I agree. That's not...
You have reason to be concerned, is what I'm saying, but you say the Heartwood is dead. That can't be true.
If the Heartwood was dead, I would be as well. So, there's... Hopefully that is not the case. I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to cause a stir.
Kua's waking people up. He's got his bow in his hand with an arrow poised and ready, kind of glancing around.
I believe there's... it's been a long time since I've rested like that. I think it was a shock to my system. But no, we should get moving. We can do what we need on the road, on the path ahead. If Oryx is aware of where we are, it's only a matter of time before they catch us, if they are pursuing us.
Severian will go to Lady Liza to have her kind of stir everyone to attention and get things moving.
This is a good idea. Just make sure that you guys are ready first. It's going to be a tough journey. By my calculations, we got several days ahead of us. What would Seraphina and Basagar, what is your downtime activities?
I mean, yeah, I think while we're probably like moving about, right?
Yeah, I figured she'd probably fly over. She's still holding Mista, kind of hands him to you as your, emotional support animal.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to be like, oh, you got some cracks in your rocks here. Hold on, let me take some of this mud and let's see if we can kind of fix some of these cracks. And she's going to kind of like use her little fingers to sort of get some of the mud from the hole where you were sleeping and fill some of those like stone cracks and stuff in and repair your armor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And then one of my other long rests before I was so rudely interrupted was my sleep was actually clearing my stress.
Did it?
Well, I marked myself another stress to turn into the elemental form after the whatever the fuck that was. And then the crit cleared that stress. So I am now stress-free.
Yeah.
Basagar is stress-free.
Basagar stress-free.
John, however.
No, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, are you okay? As I'm like holding Mista and kind of petting him.
Yeah. I was thinking, since we have to sleep in the woods, and...
Did you not?
Oh, yeah, no, I used Zeph as a bed.
Well, I can't say. It usually is very relaxing when we're sleeping on connecting to the ground.
Basagar, I know we're cousins, but I'm not a mushroom.
Okay, yeah.
I'm more of a in the air kind of person rather than an in the dirt kind of gal.
We can make some things for you to hang up along some trees.
That would be awesome. Like a little hammock or something.
Of course.
Or like a little, something. Yeah, I would like that. That would be good. But the other thing I was thinking about, and I know you just woke up and it sounds like you had a really bad dream, and I can relate. Nightmares are not any fun. But I was thinking, we talked about when I accidentally set Kieran on fire that one time.
Yes.
And you said that you could potentially, maybe we could work together to figure out how I can kind of, get it to work when I want it to work, but also control it so that I don't set everybody that I love on fire.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I think we can work on that.
Okay. Because, like, for you, it just seems like the fire just comes naturally. It's like part of who you are. Just like, the stone, that was really cool. I've never seen you do that before either, but you popped out of the ground like a big old rock.
Yeah, and like you visually see, like, Basagar is bulkier, if you will. Like, he looks just thicker. But anyway, yeah, we can work on that. Yeah, we can. You haven't been able to do any sort, like, and he just kind of does a wild touch and produces flame. This is not something you can do, right?
I've never gotten, Severi and I tried a little bit when we were hanging out at Kieran's secret hideout. But yeah, I don't know. I can't. When it happened the first time, I was really, really angry. And I think that kind of brought it out. But I'd like to be able to do that when I'm not angry. Like, I want to be able to protect myself and protect you guys too, like, and she gestures to, like, the nobles that are probably, waking up and stuff like that. And, like, these people, they're just gonna die if nobody protects them.
That's true. And I'm, like, just looking at Wilhelm just off in the distance.
Yeah.
Why don't we try this? Like I mentioned before, the Lumora can come through multiple different ways, one of which is by nature. And he will pluck a mushroom from his body, put it in your hand. This could work. Just feel the connection with this. Don't eat it. We're not. That's not that one.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. And she kind of just, like, wraps her fingers around the mushroom a little bit and holds it, and is like, so am I imagining the mushroom catching on fire, or am I using the mushroom to find the fire?
Doesn't necessarily need to be fire, but just see if you can connect to the Lumora within nature.
Okay. So she closes her eyes and she kind of cups it, like, in both of her hands, and
make a spellcast roll.
Okay.
Using your presence.
That's a 21 with fear.
You conjure a flame.
Okay.
100%. It is you're holding this little mushroom and you are thinking about the Lumora within it and focusing on the fire and the elemental of the element of fire. You feel your hands get hot, very hot, to the point where it is burning your hands. You go to let go, and the flames ignite on your hands, and the mushroom is just charcoal black.
Okay, and she's, like, waving her hands, trying to put it out.
I just, like, grab your hands and just, like, kind of just, like, rub dirt, I guess.
Pat them out, yeah.
Would I have clocked what kind of, like, magic that was? Was that from nature, or was that?
It's like, didn't seem like your natural order fire. It seemed a little more chaotic.
Right.
But yeah, it was 100% magically created. But not. You look at your hands, and your hands are burnt, like that raw feeling of like a second or third degree burn. But you did it. So go ahead and mark a stress for me for that fear, as you are, your hands are sizzling.
That, are you okay? We'll get one of, I don't have any.
That was interesting. I think I'm gonna go stick him in the water.
Yeah.
And she's gonna fly over and just into the edge of the lake.
Somebody cooking?
Long pig.
Yeah, I think Mista just
Hey.
like hops and just chomps on the cooked mushroom.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like it came from within nature. So at least we ruled that out.
Yeah, okay, so like I was thinking about the mushroom and I was thinking about the Lumora and I was trying to like, you know how like you're so connected, like you literally root into the ground, and I was trying to think about like, what are my roots? And then it was on fire.
Well, it could be a couple of other things. This is where I would ask maybe Kieran or one of the others if they have books that you could learn the Lumora from. But
I do like books.
I think it's probably within you, as in your ability to produce these fires is probably something to do with your spirit, your self.
Okay.
I don't know much about it, but one way to hone in on that is to be one with yourself mentally, emotionally.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of with myself all the time, but yeah, like...
If you were very angry when you blew Kieran up, that could be a hint as to maybe emotions are tied up to your... Lucas just...
So what you're saying is I should be mad at Kieran and...
No, don't
Okay,
be mad at Kieran, because that
Okay.
will happen again if
Yeah.
you set him on fire. We don't want to have you set Kieran on fire.
Okay.
But I think keeping your emotions in check is one way to start to learn to control this ability.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I don't ever remember being that angry before. I mean, I'm sorry, when that guy in that room said Jareth's name, it was like all the thoughts in my head left, and all I wanted to do was rip him limb from limb.
We did that.
Yeah, well, I think he kind of did that himself.
Yeah,
He blew his
yeah.
head up. But, yeah.
But that asshole is dead.
Yeah, and so is Slade.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will, but we made progress. I'm sorry that you were hurt. Well,
No, it's okay. It actually isn't too bad. Like, I think the cold water from the lake helped. But thank you, Basagar. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll ask and see if Kieran maybe has any books. That's a good idea.
if that doesn't work, then we can rule that out.
That's a good point. All right, thank you. I guess we should see if everybody else, all the rest of the nobles and stuff are ready to get on the road.
Yes, I will see if anyone needs assistance.
And she's gonna fly over to Kieran and be like, "Hey, Kieran, do you have books about fire?"
No. As he's actively patching his very heavily burnt armor.
Make sure that you
And you saw what happened just a minute ago. Yeah.
make sure that both of you get 2 hope for your preparation. Does anybody else need to make a downtime activity before?
Yes, Kieran is repairing his armor.
Yeah.
So that will light my dagger.
I took a Slayer die instead of taking a Hope.
Okay.
The last one.
Nice.
Zeph, the other half of his long rest is his usual downtime project to meditate with Elintra.
Okay.
So,
Great.
Kua's other project will be he'll have done this before everyone else was waking up, but trying to continue the project that he started in the second safe house of trying to intentionally kind of drop into those visions that he'd been seeing.
Gotcha.
And I imagine we can roll this out, see what actually happens. But I imagine that being further away from the castle, he's having a much harder time even getting it to initiate to try to do anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a, say, presence or knowledge. Let me know which one you're using.
Can you use knowledge? That is a 11 with fear.
Just like you said, you try to force yourself in there, trying everything to focus on the memory of the woman playing the piano for that young boy, whoever that was. You're trying to focus on Seraphirith riding that big beetle and walking in and talking to Sorrel. You're focusing on the memories that you already know. Trying to activate something new, trying to push past and seeing if you can continue those memories, and just nothing comes into play. But in that process, you do stop. Like, you almost not reboot, but like you lose your vision, you lose all your motor functions as you're trying to access something. And you hear almost like a static. And it like pushes past and pushes stronger into the front, and your eyes come to, and everybody is in a different spot. You might have some people around you. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Pinakua is
this would have been when
locked
they
up.
were asleep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are perched up in a tree. I believe you said you were perched up high, just in the tree looking, and you look up and you do know it was dark. You don't know how long you were out, but everybody's still where they were. Basagar is completely sunken into the ground now. You do hear in the air, but you do take a stress.
And then I think to have gotten into that meditative state, I would have grabbed out that carving that I had done. And as I go to put it away, I'll just kind of look at it, the boy that I'd carved from that vision. Who are you, Peanut? Put him away, and then... Sorry for the retcon.
No, you're good.
That's good.
You're good. Everybody good on their downtimes? You said you want to take a short rest.
Yeah, I only had a little bit of HP and a little bit of armor to restore, so I'm good with that.
Okay.
And yeah, and as everybody's kind of rousing and like people are getting their stuff together and getting ready to go, I think Seraphina will kind of fly up a little bit higher and sort of sing maybe a song that she's kind of heard a couple times in Varelia, like something that like everybody probably heard before, something a little upbeat, and she'll sing that and give everyone a rally die.
Hey,
everybody
there it
feels
is.
a little more pep in their step, a little hope,
Yeah, I love it.
And technically, it's any allies.
Any allies,
So
everybody,
everybody who hears it could get that rally dice. Just saying.
All right, Wilhelm, you better use that.
Use it for smart choices.
Let's see.
I'm
You
not
see
holding
him,
my
he's
breath.
kind of like just snapping along, and he's keeping a pretty good rhythm, just kind of with you and kind of like playing. He's like, God, man, I wish I had that flute.
I think I would, as we're getting everyone ready to go, I would look and see if anyone who had ridden on my back as a horse, if they need that kind of assistance again, and then if so, I will change into a horse again.
Okay.
Do I need to, or?
Yeah, you get several people that are, well, if you're willing to. They're like, yeah, I don't know if I can make it too much longer in this forest. It's kind of thick in there.
Wilhelm, that...
He takes off the disguise.
Oh, Bass is a horse, of course.
Yes, I will change into a horse.
Okay, yeah. Silwyn is the first to step up and kind of like, reach up and pull herself up to you, and I'd say probably one of the older civilians or somebody that's having a hard time walking.
And right before we get ready to head out, Seraphina wants to fly up through the canopy just to like the top of like the tallest tree that's like right there by the lake. Like she's not going too far. She's making sure she's staying completely in eyesight of everybody. But she wants to look back toward the city and see if she can see like anything like the whole place is on fire, or there's like clearly a thick line of, you know, horse-mounted guards heading toward the woods or whatever. Or, I don't know, maybe, you know, a small group of people like darting like they're, you know, like other refugees kind of thing. She's wanting to see what she can see.
Instinct?
Or a tiny figure flying.
Or a very small little football-sized fairy.
That has no idea who we are.
Well, that might have heard Basagar's thing of like, get out of the city through the East River Gate.
Yeah.
Would he, of all people, leave his hidey hole on his own and fly over the woods, though?
This is true.
I mean, you think about it. If he comes from a place where magic is super common and he randomly heard this voice in his head say, you know, if you want to be safe, leave the city through the... I mean, he might have. You never know.
For a voice he doesn't recognize.
I mean...
It's a toss-up.
You never know.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it's a sure
There's a
thing.
lot of
instinct?
unknowns here.
But a maybe. Definitely a maybe. It's a definite maybe.
For our listeners, we're referencing Manny.
If he heard it at
Yeah,
all.
I'm referring to Manny. Could I spend a hope and use my Seraphina and the Warriors experience?
Yep. Yep. You haven't rolled, right?
No, I
Okay,
haven't.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. 22 with hope.
Nice. Yeah, you get up to a very high vantage point above the Verdance forest canopy, looking back towards the direction of Aurelia. You see smoke on the horizon. You see the way off in the distance, the onyx spires kind of peeking up, but Aurelia itself is just barely being able to see. Because you guys walked a long way. We skipped a lot. We skipped a lot of time. So it's not like right on the other side of the clearing, but you do see a little stream of smoke, and you don't see anybody in any of the clearings that you see, the meadows and the fields that you might see, but it'd be too thick. Even with that roll, it'd be very, very hard to see anybody within the forest itself.
But it was enough to know that like there wasn't like a small army about to ambush us any second kind of thing. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. You don't hear any orders or armor folly or anything. So
okay, cool. All right, yep, she'll zoom back down and be like, from what I could see, I don't think anybody's following us, so at least I didn't see anybody.
So no one that's careless, at least.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, if they were coming with us, after us with soldiers, they're usually not super quiet in the woods.
It's true.
I saw enough of them in the city to know that they clank and clatter.
What did Zeph call them?
Tin cloaks?
Tin cloaks.
Tin cloaks. Dim cloaks.
But yeah, Basagar, it doesn't look like... At least if Oryx is sending anybody after us, it doesn't look like they're right on a trail, so...
That's good. At least I know for certain, if he was able to connect with me, he knows that I've come back into the Verdance, and he knows where I'm headed. So if we can at least beat him there, I think that is the best thing we can do.
Well, then let's beat him there.
All right, so you guys are packing up. You see the rest of the Ghore Bound guards are already ready. They're helping all the nobles and the civilians and everybody else. Princess Miravel and Silwyn are Silwyn's on Basagar's back, but they got their they don't really have packs, but they're just their small little satchels or whatever grab bag they could grab on the way out. And you're cleaning up the campsite, and everybody's doing their part. And we are going to expedite the travel here. I want to get a roll from each of you at a very specific time, not all at once, but you guys need to pick the leader of this. Who's going to start off?
Montage. It's a travel montage.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific ability tied to these rolls?
Yeah.
Nope. No, this is just a straight duality check.
Oh, okay. Sure, I'll
I
be
can help you.
I'll be the first one.
You want some help?
Sure. So just roll a duality die?
Yep. And just let me know what the number, and with hope or fear. You don't gain any hope or fear. I just need to know.
Okay. We don't add an ability to this?
You don't add any ability. I just need to know hope or...
with his +1, it's a dirty crit. So 6 and 7 for 14.
Dirty crit.
I know. 14 total with fear.
With fear. Okay.
Things have changed since we've been here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a fairly middling roll, and it's not bad or good by any means. But you hear as you guys are walking through, and this is basically how the day goes. So each of you are going to control a day. So with a 14 with fear, you push through the Verdance forest. This part of the forest is thick and heavy. The vines become hard to walk through. It is like you are moving at half pace. You don't get as far as you would have liked to with that roll. Everybody does mark as stress. As you guys push forward, the nobles are complaining a lot. They're tired, they want to stop, they want to rest, but Lady Liza tries to keep them activated. You guys all can help create the narrative here. With that, the 14 it's higher than normal. I guess that's just above the halfway point. So it is a good roll. But what is something that you guys come across that gives you just a slight chance of hope? And like I said, this you guys can discuss.
Okay.
Maybe like something edible, to where like we find like a grove of like nut trees or berries or something, to where because for the nobles that would kind of like something to eat other than meat. Anybody else have any ideas?
No, I like that.
I think, in general, just something familiar to them, even if it's not directly helpful.
Yeah.
Like something that will keep them moving, and food is a great.
Yeah.
It's like, nuts, fine, or berries, like something familiar, but not in its natural habitat, if you will, maybe.
It's got to be. We've got the beer. We've got the hippopotamus. It's got to be some sort of play on a bug that is edible and a type of food, right?
I don't think that would give anyone any hope.
No, okay. Just cool.
No,
Maybe that's the fear.
Maybe something that's a delicacy in the city that wouldn't normally be found, but that the nobles can afford and only get every once in a while.
It's like caviar.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, forest
Yeah.
caviar.
What is that, like escargot? Are we going snails here?
Verdance oysters.
Oh, God.
But they're not in the water.
But it's a
Land
nut.
oyster. The Verdance land oyster.
But but they
They're
look
actually
like
mushrooms.
walnuts. So
yeah.
Instead of Rocky Mountain oysters, they're Verdance oysters. But they
very,
kind of
very different things.
Yeah, but I was thinking of like walnut shells, how they
Different kind of nut,
look
but yeah.
alike.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They look like brain.
Yeah.
I think also just throughout the day, Basagar would have approached Kieran and Kua and just picked your brains of what with the letter, the map that we had discovered or we were given. Is there anything about the different trees? I know the Heartwood might have been referenced there. But any other specific trees? Or Kua, do you know anything about a tree of iron?
Tree of iron?
Yeah.
There's not
Or
many trees that I know of that aren't made of wood.
I guess what I'm getting at is the Heartwood is that of a tree and blood. It is mixed with the blood of the first, sorry, I'm skipping. I believe Edward is his name.
Going off the map alone, there are no other trees of note, unless your vision, dream, whatever it was, you seem to have a lot of those, may have been more metaphorical than literal. I mean, we have these pillars, stones.
Was there a pillar of iron, a pillar of stone, a pillar of glass?
Not exactly, but
whatever those would be referenced as physically in this plane, they are just as much danger as the Heartwood. And I feel like this, like I'm sure everyone have been in proximity to this conversation as we're traveling.
Well, there's all those little weird symbols all over the map.
yes.
Does anybody know what those mean? Maybe
Yes.
you do? Do any?
He was looking at it a long time.
He was. Yeah, I haven't really got much of a chance to look at it yet, but do any of those symbols mean anything about, like, iron or stone?
No.
There is Earth, which I think is the closest. Is that, was it Loom?
Tier.
Above table. Tier is Earth. There's a symbol for that on here, but
To the northwest, towards the Weirdlands.
that's the closest that I could think of what we've seen.
But that is the only correlation.
It's a stretch.
And the symbol on the Heartwood is literally tree.
Let me see.
It is a bit on the nose.
So,
I mean, it is a tree, though.
Tree.
but there are no other
There
tree
are no
symbols.
other trees.
None of the other trees are symboled as tree.
I see.
Maybe they're not actual trees. Maybe it's, like, symbol. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your tree is a tree,
Right.
but the stone and the iron aren't
It's
actually
okay, Kira.
trees.
They'll get there. They'll figure it out.
Well, no, what I was thinking is maybe the onyx spires are the stone. Or something in the onyx spires. That would make sense.
I feel like there's a lot of stone in the onyx fires.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What does the stone have to do with? You've mentioned this, but I don't know that you've told us why this is. You haven't given us the full story.
There's, sorry, from my understanding, there's these focal points. The hardwood, for example, it is the blood. There are these other focal points that represent the glass, the stone, and the iron.
Shit. Do go on.
Does that any of those mean anything?
Well, yes, but please continue before I say anymore.
It's in danger. The hardwood in my recent vision is dead, was falling apart.
Think of the imports from the Weirdlands. Think of what was brought in from the Onyx Spires. Think of every territory that has surrounded Virelia and what they're known for, what they're of, what they're associated with.
I don't know.
So the glass from those dragon things, because I read a book about those. Some kind of weird glass dragons or something.
That sounds interesting.
Serpents.
Yeah. Oh,
Serpents.
snakes. That's what it is. Yeah, it's snakes.
Fetch a pretty high price. Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen it before?
I've never heard such a thing.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, there's these snakes and their eggs are glass and they're kind of like the
I've never
scales
seen them
are
myself.
glass.
I've seen the goods themselves coming through town.
Yeah.
So the
world is in
region-
danger.
The what?
The world is in danger.
Oh, yes, I could have deduced that.
Yeah.
But do we know where all of these focal points are?
We have a guess.
Is there a Heartwood like thing that you're aware of in the Onyx Spires that represent the stone or the iron?
The only thing I can think of is from what the Lumora told us, that there is the center of their creation was there. That the Lumerite was all mined out. That's why my kin are no longer in the mines extracting it. But they said that there's still something there.
They called it their heart, right? What they came from.
There's stories of something associated with the Heart Forge within the royal bloodline. Any record I could find of it was mostly erased or destroyed. But the Heart Forge is a name I am aware of and have been searching for.
That could be our iron.
Interesting.
Iron and forges are pretty closely.
So perhaps it's not trees that we're looking for, but hearts.
Shit. I don't know if that was a John or a Basagar thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kieran, you circled some of the words on here, or, well, you circled them in your notebook. It's very kind of you to not mark up this map.
Good enough, I don't care.
Kieran's being respectful.
Everybody else marked it up that had it.
But there's a count, a fifth, a fourth.
Well, and there's also those 5 little people down in the bottom corner.
There is. I'm wondering if there are.
I mean, there are also 3 mushrooms, and one of them looks like Basagar, but...
There is?
Who just holds the map up to Basagar. Huh. Yeah, I see. I can see it. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very similar.
Kind of
He'll show it to everyone but Basagar.
Basagar in horse form just I guess straightens up a bit and realizes, oh, he's still a horse.
He just somebody tries to climb on as you stretch your back out a little bit. Oh, he made room.
So are these different focal points, assuming they're all tied to a heart, those are all in danger.
Heart in name at least, but presumably. And we have been directed to go travel to each of these places.
You see.
So...
Okay. Yeah, we will. I'm sorry today has been slower than I anticipated.
You can't help it when a bunch of nobles see something they think is valuable.
Was it delicious, though? I mean...
I wouldn't...
I've never tried it.
Really weird about it.
I
mean, I've seen nobles eat some weird things, but they just went for it.
I said it was edible.
I'm pretty sure those were only served at banquets because I actually don't know.
I'm spending a fear. I have so many to spend.
Do you want to spend the one from on top there instead?
Oh yeah, that makes things easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then it doesn't.
So
get
for our
knocked over.
listeners, I don't know if we've ever gone over the why I have extra fear. The Ternian dagger light that Prince Ridian gave everybody has a ability to where you can store a hope in the pommel of the dagger light. In doing so, it gives the GM an extra fear slot. So players get an extra hope slot. I get an extra fear slot per hope slot used. So lets me have all the fear to spend. Like moments like this, you guys realize that the nobles and anybody eating this are fucked up.
No wonder.
I love that.
So that's why they were offered at royal banquets.
It is a 100%
Narcotic?
Narcotic. Thank you. It is. You see them. They are laughing. They're moving around like you see.
Feeling no pain.
Feeling no pain.
Basagar looks around and is like, you know what? Now I remember what these were.
I think Kieran, having avoided so many people at every banquet he's been to, has never had the social awareness of what these are. So
He just thought everyone was always being stupid.
yeah.
But yeah, they are losing their shit.
Zeph takes a closer look. Oh, fuck. This is what they look like when they're natural.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you've probably seen them in the sellable form.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Yeah, we
After they've been
give these to
processed.
we give these to the travelers who come through the through Haemawud when they're needing recovery.
I bet you do.
It gets.
Has several of these.
I didn't realize it was this out in the open. We just kind of.
Well,
Severian will take one, kind of look at it. You spoke of these hearts in these trees, and whatever they are seem to produce something. Is this what the Heartwood produces? There was the glass and the iron, and
As in us, the Heartwood produced us.
I just assume if every place we've spoken about produces something, what does this place produce?
You.
I would concur. You very different.
The tree of blood
Outputs.
and the obsession with the first blood.
So
and
is
all
the
people
Heart
that came
Forge
from
where
the
you came
blood.
from, Kua? Do you?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
know of a heart forge. I don't. I suppose it could make. I mean, there's no record of that existing to my knowledge.
Not anymore.
I don't. I suppose it could be. I'm from the kingdom, but I don't know where I was made.
I see.
Do you know, Kieran, where like Kua and the other onyxkin were made?
In the vaguest sense. That was a little before my time.
Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe because you like to read, so I thought maybe your family had like books about it or something.
It would have been a very tightly kept secret.
While I do know many of my family's secrets, there are many more that were buried before the next generation could learn it and bear the burden of it.
Kieran here wasn't even. Well, he might have been a twinkle in his father's eye, but he had a lot of those.
Yeah, your dad was real twinkly.
It's a bit of a rave.
But I was one of the last of my kind made, and my memories are quite a bit earlier than Karen and many records in their family.
Yeah, he's old.
Well, to further the backing of Kira not knowing, I don't believe you recall anything of the Heartwood either. When we first met.
Not in the way you've described it. Nor of the first blood as you've described it, as by all accounts it is not the first blood, but from your account it truly is. So,
I see.
Well, yeah, I guess first, last, second, it's all in the eye of the beholder, really.
precisely. As are many things.
Should we... They don't look okay. As, like, Basagar just, like, gets bodied by one of these nobles and just, like, slams into him.
Zeph had kind of wandered off, getting completely lost in all of this after it was pointed out, and you all hear, "Well, help! Get out of that tree! Oh, you fucker! Guys, help!"
It's so fun up here, Jeff. Like you should come up here with me.
You should come.
No, come up here with.
No.
You haven't seen this place.
Severian will go up.
Severian, what's up, buddy? And he just goes it like it is. Just
I think you should come down
Oh, no.
immediately.
I don't ever want to go down again. Like this is.
Kieran has his grappler out and starts to slowly spin it.
Who was also just staring up into the tree.
Yeah, I mean the noise floor of everybody hooting and hollering, laughing, the noise floor has increased in this area. So
We need to get moving, and the only way that's going to happen is if we form a perimeter around those idiots and
Is there
hurry
any way
them.
to sober them up?
yes, there is a very easy way to sober them up. As she goes, "Excuse me, sir." Takes this one noble guy that's just kind of laughing and goes, "Lady Liza, wow!" And she decks him in the face. He goes and just kind of falls out. She goes, "This is the only way."
Severian will look to
Serafina balls
Kua
up
is
her little
also
fist
looking at
and
Kieran.
looks at it and looks at Lady and she goes, "I don't think I'm going to be as effective as you."
The rest of the nobles kind of look, and they collective gasp, and they start laughing and pointing, and it is a drug-induced
Are the the Ghore Bound have not partaken in this, right?
They are starting to,
Oh, no.
especially
Well, like-
especially Blackbite. Blackbite is like laughing maniacally as that little stoat is just like bouncing, and you see him like come from the side.
I'm not worried about him.
He's laughing for a different reason, I feel like.
No, they have not partaken in this. They are getting ready as he comes like flying in from the side, and you just watch him like in slow motion. Just like slap somebody upside the face as he's like bouncing. Basically the killer rabbit from Monty Python. He's just going through and just bouncing around.
The one Lady Liza punched, is he getting up?
No.
Anytime soon or ever?
I mean, you can go assess his health and well-being, but he looks like he is unconscious.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
He's taking a good nap.
Just toss him on the back of Basagar.
If we have to do that for all of them.
Yeah, but eventually, so basically what's going to happen is this is about as far as you're going to get today.
Yeah, I figured,
Right, so you made it a full day. Did not take it. I'm not going to do long rests or anything, but each day goes forward. I'm not going to roll for fear, everything. So basically what I got is what is going to last throughout the session as we go day by day. So next, is there anything else that y'all want to do this day before we go into the next day?
Just make sure Wilhelm makes it out of the tree.
Also, very specifically gathering the rest of these things and burning them.
The Verdance land oysters?
The land oysters.
Okay.
Yeah, I think burning them specifically away from the group of people.
Yeah.
Like
You just
burying
get
them
everybody.
and
Kind of dig a little trench, put them in there. What are those burn pits called where you dig a hole straight down and then one at like a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, air-induced forge.
Yeah, something like that, where it's just like
burns
as
very hot
as
with
possible,
very little smoke.
low smoke.
Yeah.
Downwind.
And Seraphina's
Yes.
going to grab one of them and be like, let me see if I can try and get it lit. Hold on.
Kieran's gonna like immediately just back up
30,
40 feet.
out. But yeah, she'll hold it and do the same thing that she did like that morning with the
Give me a
mushroom. Like,
spellcast roll.
concentrating and seeing if she can light it and chuck it in on top of the rest of them to burn them up.
Who would just kind of gently, because I assume you're flying.
No, I would have landed on the ground to do that.
Okay, he's going to pick you up and just carry you downwind away from everyone else and then back up.
Understandably. So that is 18 with fear.
18 with fear. Again, you ignite the the Verdance land oyster as it takes a little bit longer, so you're having to hold your hands in the heat for a lot longer than you were with the mushroom. As you are focusing, it is an extreme amount of pain before this gets ignited, but it is smoking pretty heavily because it is a wet plant, or like a Verdance land oyster, right? So it's
moist.
Yeah, so it is moist. So you have to dry it out, and you are creating this like little forge. And by the time that you that your hands start to sizzle just from the pain, that's when it goes starts and bursts into a flame.
And then she'll throw it on the pack and then be like blowing her hands and being like, it hurts, ow, it hurts.
Yeah, there's blisters. Ugh.
Maybe you should try not holding it in your hands next time.
Oh, that's a really good idea, Zeph. Thanks.
Not a problem.
Do you want me to mark another stress for the burnt
Sure.
hands?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I figured.
Did Silwyn's a sister, right?
Yes.
One of the, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she partake in these?
No.
Okay, cool.
Severian will make sure that doesn't.
None of the,
She's already downing beers. We have to draw the line somewhere.
This was just the noble civilians. The Ghore Bound or anybody with
Royals?
a title,
Okay.
does not partake.
I would have asked her to gather as many as she could for me.
Okay.
And I would like to take some in my inventory.
Okay.
How many can I take? Or how many did she pick up?
Let's see. Roll a d12.
4.
Do you do this after we go burn off the
No.
other ones?
No, this
or
was
are you
like
trying to hide this as Kieran and Kua are walking around camp confiscating as many as we possibly can to burn.
No, this was well before, like I
during
feel
the day traveling.
During the day,
yeah.
Okay.
she scouted this out, and she's like, here, like, I found these. I was like, oh, yeah, these look familiar. Like, these are good.
After that, like, incident, like, Kua and Kieran, I think, were going to be on a mission to destroy any that we find.
Yeah, this was very, I would say, assume this, like, as she was scouting ahead.
And like, your people use them, like, medicinally. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone here was using them medicinally.
I mean,
That's one way to put it.
to be fair, they stopped complaining for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was an improvement.
Was it like less than the amount they complained more
I will say
after the fact?
they ate
Like-
more than they should have. After, I guess just distracted, but I'll be better about that.
All right, let's get this show on the road here. Everybody starts packing up. You make camp throughout the night. Sorry, I need to roll.
Hey, though.
Hate that.
Okay. Some things happen beyond your control.
I mean, how many things in the world do?
Right, exactly.
So much.
Really,
so
it's-
much. All right.
Literally everything. in the
I need
last
somebody
72
else
hours.
to make a roll for today, the second day of travel.
I can roll.
do it.
Yeah.
13 with hope.
13
Nice.
with hope. There you go.
Very middling.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Can I give him an advantage since he gave me advantage?
Yeah.
Use a hope.
Yeah, I can do that. I have a lot of hope to use.
More than a 1, please.
4.
Hey.
So what?
So 17 with hope.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
As you guys are traveling through there, you come to a gorge. There is a large canyon that expands down into the depths below. You see a raging river that is way down in the bottom of this pit. But you notice that there are 2 bridges that go side by side, run parallel to each other. But as you guys start making your way to traverse the bridge, Severian, you know, and you've seen this before, where civilizations that use this tactic as a short form of defense, where they build 2 bridges side by side, one of which is heavily laden with false wood and cut and almost trapped, and you know exactly which bridge to look for. You've crossed this. You may have crossed this bridge before, but you look at where there are some like parts of the bridge on one side that have holes missing, where people might have chosen the wrong one and fallen through.
Probably me last time.
That's probably how you know about it.
Yeah. But you point that out fairly easily, and the correct bridge is pretty easy to go across. And it is still pretty rickety and scary because of how tall it is, but we do not have to go through that that encounter.
I definitely drop out of my Earth form though,
Yeah.
before crossing that.
All right, so that day you progressed a good amount. Sorry, my turn to roll.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
I want everybody to give me a perception or instinct. Sorry.
Okay.
This is reaction, so don't get hope or fear.
Good.
I'm gonna spend a hope and use my Warden of the First Blood experience.
Okay. Yep.
18 with hope.
No hope.
Or excuse me, 18.
18.
I got a 23.
Ooh.
Nice.
That would be 6.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
15.
16.
Wow. So pretty high across the board. As you guys are camping that night, there is something that catches your attention. Who had the highest? You had the highest? Yeah.
Severity,
Which makes
by far,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because you choose not to sleep a lot.
Am I perceiving in the dark as well? 24.
Big number.
But yeah, no, as
Yeah.
many times as I can get away with a short rest instead of a long
Yeah.
rest, Siberian just won't sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there will be a time where I'd say if you go 3 days without taking a long rest, you're going to start gaining stress, and pretty heavily. But you see footprints around your campsite that don't make sense. They don't match any of the footprints that you've seen. The nobles, they don't give a crap about what they're not trying to hide themselves, to hide their tracks or anything. But there is branches up in the trees that are snapped. There are the footprints down in the mud that look like they go in an opposite direction of where the campsite is. There is something out there, somebody out there, following.
Does it seem like more than one set of footprints, or just maybe a single person?
A single person. A single set, at least. That's all you notice.
Humanoid or some other...
Booted.
Can I ask a quick question? How ideal is this campsite? Like, is this the perfect size, a good clearing? Or is it just the first place we found as it was getting dark?
I would assume you guys have full control over that. So it's you guys have been traveling for 2 days. This is your third night now, so it gets to starting to be a routine. I mean, would you guys try to find somewhere hidden, or?
I don't think that's an option with the nobles.
With that many people.
Yeah.
I think our win is just getting the nobles to pitch in a little bit as we put up camp.
Yeah.
I think a place smart enough to at least have when any of us are on watch, that we have a good vision of everyone at the same time.
So any sort of clearing.
Yeah.
Like an open space within the trees.
Right.
You guys wake up. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say, I'll leave it alone for now. I'll let my group know in the morning that I've noticed these prints, and that maybe we should keep an eye out. But that's the extent of it.
Okay. Yeah, you wake up. Everything seems to be in order.
Okay.
Who wants to roll next?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, double tens.
Double tens. There's something for that.
Holy cow.
Let me scroll down. Double tens.
You find more nuts.
Immediately burned.
Yeah.
I'm never going to ask this again. Fireball, please.
I didn't ask how many land oysters
Yeah.
there were.
I said I cast fireball.
All right. So as you guys make your way through the third day, there seems to be a noticeable path heading the direction you are going. You track this, like this is maybe the path that you were looking for. You know that this goes directly to the Heartwood. It is open. It's not, you don't have to whack through vines or any thickness to it. It'll lead you directly there. It'll still take several days to get along this path, but you do notice that there is something, maybe you point this out, but there's a makeshift path that goes off to the side, and it looks like it is heavily tracked as well. This path is not familiar to you. You don't remember this path being there, but there is a sign that is like nailed into one of the trees.
I'll be honest, I don't think Zeph clocks it. I think it's one of those two. I think it's like Bass or Severian. Okay. So,
yeah.
But one of them, definitely.
Sure. You notice this because you've never seen this before, but it is it's pointing with an arrow, and there's a name on it, and name is Hallowmere, and it's pointing north.
This looks unfamiliar. Points to the other path. We're almost there. Just a few more days to get to Haemawud, but this is unfamiliar. I don't know where this. We did not come through here, or we did not see this as on our way to the Gorlich. What does that say?
Did you come through like this?
Yes. Yeah, we took this path.
But that looks like that looks pretty well worn, doesn't it?
Are you pointing to the new path?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a few months since we've been back.
Huh.
What did this sign say?
Hallowmere.
Hallowmere?
Hallowmere.
I don't know what that means.
Mare like horse.
Hallowmere.
Okay.
So you said the sign says Hallowmere?
Hallowmere. Yeah. Does that mean anything to you?
Not that I know of, no.
Huh.
Would it mean anything to me?
Make a knowledge.
I don't know if my Warden of the First Blood experience might help, but I'm not going to spend it. That's going to be a knowledge for 16 with fear.
Okay. There was Hallowmere. That sounds familiar. It was mainly a location or a bog, maybe a blackwater swamp. It wasn't in Haemawud, but it's maybe a location that you've just never been. But that name starts to ring a bell now that you linger on it
many times. I think now that you mention it, there might have been a couple folk that have found their way to Haemawud said that they were from there.
Oh, is it
another
like a
settlement, I guess.
place?
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess, toward like more swamp, more bog-like. I guess they have the means for a sign now. Maybe more travelers, more visitors.
Did they not have a means to make a sign before?
I don't know. I just don't recall why they're. I don't recall this sign in the. Last time.
I mean, we could go check it out. Maybe they have beds.
Seraphina
is gone.
You see just a dust trail.
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Can't take diversions for the ravine, but apparently.
Lady Liza steps up and goes, what seems to be the holdup, Bud?
Just noticed the sign for Hallowmere. Must be I may have come across a traveler or two from there, so just...
If it is a civilization or somewhere close, we could resupply. We are...
I mean, we could.
We could sleep in a bed, you guys.
Have the hammocks not been good?
I don't know that Seraphina's here to say that.
The hammock.
No, she is.
I'm pretty sure that Seraphina made that decision already.
No.
She's yelling from down the path.
Yeah, there we go.
Beds.
I think it's worth at least taking a look.
Yeah, I mean,
if
it's a place, I've never been there. I've never been to Hallowmere, but if it's a place that,
well, if you're on good terms with the people who came from here and came to your settlement, then that's a good sign.
Yeah, and it too if there's means for at least the rest of the party, the rest of the nobles to stay there while we go to Haemawud.
I mean, honestly, a good night's sleep will probably help us make better time in the morning, too.
Would they offer us such accommodations without anything to give them?
And
we can give them Willie.
That would be to their detriment.
You're right.
No,
we don't want to
know that.
We don't want to owe them.
Yeah, we don't need debts.
Surely we have...
Or will help.
Oh, he brought it on himself.
He knows what he did.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We did cross the bridge.
Squid just starts walking.
Yeah, so does Zeph. Let's go.
Yeah, so we're going to, Hallowmere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Above table, it was a crit result.
Yeah,
We've got to check it out.
Absolutely. I agree, above table.
Yeah, you take the rest of the day to traverse there, and you start seeing signs of civilization. There's
more signs.
Maybe there are some more legit signs. Yeah.
It's just a nice ogre couple and a donkey.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
They have layers.
Yeah.
As the last noble leaves the sign, it says, the sign drops, beware.
Stay out.
But no, you eventually takes the good majority of the day to get there, but you see that there is footpaths, there's carts, there's you can see like little outcroppings and what looks like some types of shelters off to the side, and there are folks that are that are watching you, especially with these little footpaths and cart paths that go off to the side to these domiciles. There are people like watching this horde of just ragtagged,
We're a big group.
just
Dirty,
just
covered in sticks. Yeah.
They're just a horde of strangers, of nobles that are coming up. Especially the Ghore Bound have probably got all of their armor off, sweating, just hauling their armor on their shoulders.
What a group to walk into town with.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then
let's not
we're
forget.
leading them, so
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that.
Yeah. You notice. I'm going to spend my fear, or one of them, one of many.
I'd spend more.
I can. Every time that you see somebody watching you, that it is people come out and excited about something new, and as they're seeing, but you watch as they see Severian and run inside. Slam the doors.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Yeah. I think the first time everyone, cool at least, is, that was strange, and then remembers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
also, we're not that far from where you guys are from.
Yeah, they might be.
I wonder if they've seen people like Severian before.
But Severian, aren't your people subterranean exclusively? They don't come up, do
Yes. As far as I was aware, I was the only one until Lady Liza had notified me that there had been others. And even then, I didn't ask how many.
Well, and if the wardens are in charge, who knows?
Things may have changed.
Yeah.
I mean, an entire path and a sign appeared since last time you came through. So.
Yeah.
You press forward into this village. It is a small settlement. This is a village that is tucked on the side of a boggy swamp blackwater lagoon. There is something magical here, and I can get into that for a second, but do either one of you want to describe this village for me?
Sure. I'd imagine a lot of the houses are like elevated on kind of like stilts to keep them up out of the muck of the bog, and that they've built almost like rickety wooden plank sidewalks to get from one place to another, kind of elevated above still all the grossness. I think that much of it is covered in moss, and that they've kind of integrated with the natural surroundings, and that there might even be some animals and things that just hang around the area. Basically, civilization doesn't do well here unless it first pays homage to the nature, the natural surroundings around it. And it seems like there's some kind of little village that has done just that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah, the air always smells like moss, old, dark, dank, and musty. You can tell just how enclosed it is in the Verdance forest. There's barely any wind movement, right? So that it doesn't really it just feeds off the humidity with that it creates it in itself. You see the bog, or the blackwater pond lagoon. Up ahead, there's what looks like a plank that is stilted above, where looks like just a swamp underneath with high cattail-like weeds and that come up on either sides. It goes into a large, what looks like a big yurt-style building with just a large central with lots of offshooting planks that go to other buildings and makeshift huts and other things. But there are people here, and there's one person that comes and halts you guys. This large, what looks like a Rosari, steps forward. She is wearing moss, what looks like clothing, almost in an armor fashion. She's got sticks that are kind of like woven into the moss to make this very armor-like fortress around herself. but she looks like a large morel mushroom. If you're gonna paint a picture of her, she's got this long, like heavy honeycomb cap that goes up, and her arms look like they've got that honeycomb same texture on that go down into her legs and her extremities. She steps forward and barely see the face. So this is not as humanoid as Basagar is, but she goes, "What are you doing here with this large group of unwelcomed guests?" Just talking to anybody who wants to lead.
I feel like Basagar, still in horse form, is still leading the group, or at least, with whoever else is in front.
Yeah, I feel like I'm probably up toward the front too.
And so is this a Rosari, or just another fungrel?
This is she looks big.
Okay.
Looks very similar to those that you have seen before. Looks like she would be a Rosari.
Basagar just steps forward and still in horse form and says, "Sorry, we're looking to put up some of our companions for the night. We've been traveling for quite a few days."
Severian, where are you in this conversation?
Somewhere near the front, I guess. Okay. I'm generally kind of leading in an attempt to kind of cut off any ambushers or whatever that might be, involved.
Yeah, she is holding this large, what looks like a shillelagh club of
if we're fighting,
a weapon, and she is holding it with intent to protect herself if need be.
Do you recognize her?
Looking at Severian as you are talking. What is it that you want here?
Looks like she wants to kill me.
Do I recognize?
I don't think you do. If you've never been to this part of the Verdance, I don't think you would.
I motion and nudge, and this is a sign for those who are like sitting on me to get off. We've done this multiple times. Shift out. So I shift out of horse form, and I, step just a little bit more forward and kind of like behind or in front of Severian, and I go, sorry.
The whole
we'll describe it in a second.
As John's trying to talk.
I look at this supposed Rosari and say, "There's no need for that. I'm sorry. There's no meant for intrusion. I've come across people from your settlement before. Their name was Kreia. She said she was from Hallowmere, and she was lost in the woods. We nursed her back to health, and this was quite some time ago. I'm sure she could vouch for us. She was rather small. Looks like maybe an elf or human. Sorry, I'm not too familiar, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Basagar. I'm from Haemawud.
Basagar, the warden of the First Blood.
Yes, actually, yes, I am.
Well, why do you travel with one that have destroyed your home?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
No, that's we are here to help heal Haemawud and the rest of the Verdance. Severian is my companion.
I don't believe that. They do not think. They are only animals.
I mean, he thinks a lot with his stomach, yes, but no, we have been friends for many moons.
Zeph slides over to Severian.
Say something. Just looks at Basagar.
I'm sorry. You said?
I think at this point, Kua kind of breaks away from conversation or miming that he's having with Kieran, and approaches. And whatever you may know of someone's kind, you do not know that person. You've called us guests already, so maybe it's best that you welcome us and we discuss this further.
And hi, I'm Seraphina. It's lovely to meet you. Your village is very cute. I know that Severian looks very scary, and Seraphina will fly down and land by Severian and very carefully put a hand on his arm, sort of between the briars. But he is a brave warrior, and he has protected all of us many times. He is a good person, and we trust him.
I kind of just like nudge you a little bit.
What?
Yeah, say something.
I am Severian the Briar Warrior.
Cool, just like head in hand.
So
Like,
is Zeph.
I promise, like, he's clearly harmless. He's just. He's a
I'm
little
not harmless.
No,
Put the
he's-
stick down and maybe we can speak further.
He's just. We're
He's
working
not
on it.
He's not an animal.
Not an
Well, I mean-
animal.
We're all animals,
Well,
to be fair.
Yeah, except
And-
for him.
And
He points to Kua.
How about
Okay, yeah.
Specifically.
I apologize. What is your name? How may I address
am
you?
Elder Thava Rootsinger.
Elder.
That name rings a bell to you.
Elder. Forgive me. I should have known. I request at least you take as many as you can of this group and take care of them for the night. My companion Severian and the rest of us here, we will go back and make our way to Haemawud. If you say that it is...
If you vouch for the brighter warrior, as you claim to be,
On my
it is-
life.
As the warden of the First Blood, I am bound to trust you.
Thank you.
You mentioned Kreia.
Yes.
They are safe?
They were. This was a while ago. A couple years at least. It's just,
They were lost to us. They went missing several years ago.
that happens. We get weary travelers all the, as periodically as the blue moon, but
I will grant you passage into Hallowmere, as long as you are diligent in keeping peace.
of course.
I will say that we have had many run-ins with your kind. Not all ended well. We have lost many people in the war.
In the war?
You speak as if you know anything of my people.
I have fought against your kind. And you see that she's got like several scars that would look like maybe have like grown. Her arms have regrown several times. And like it's...
My people have not... I'm the only one who's left.
Left.
I believe.
Sounds like we need a conversation.
Yes, please.
I will bring in the rest of the council. And she takes what looks like a horn made out of wood and kind of blows a couple short blasts, and you see everybody kind of like coming out of the swamp. Like you see rivets and all kind of different wildlife creatures that are popping in that are fashioning what looks to be like crude makeshift weapons and like stowing them. Like they were everywhere around you.
Yeah.
And they start making their way up onto the decks and the thing. The way that you described Hallowmere, it was like this might be, I don't know if anybody can follow this reference with me, but has anybody at the table played Myst?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the forest level? But that's what all I can picture is the forest level where there's planks and woods going over swamps and like leading up to.
Somebody leave a
tree
comment
huts.
and make Kurt feel better that you remember that.
Yeah.
So as you're mentally picturing all of these ribbits kind of coming up out of the water and stowing their weapons away, imagine, if you will, those weapons coming back out of their holsters, the ribbits sinking back into the water, this conversation kind of going backwards, and we make our way back to the beginning of this conversation where Kieran at some point just taps on Kua's shoulder, pulls out the map, and Kieran, share with the people, if you will, what we were giggling about earlier that you did.
There just so happens to be 3 mushrooms depicted on the map in the forest.
One of them is obviously Basagar.
One is obviously Basagar. And another is a very well depicted moral mushroom.
Yes.
No. So Kieran's holding this map up, pointing at the mushroom, comparing it to
Getting everyone's
the
opinion.
elder.
Yeah, exactly.
Taps on Kua, taps on Zev.
Yeah, we're like, yeah.
And so we're all nodding in agreement
Yeah.
as this very serious conversation about whether or not we're going to be allowed in this town.
Yeah, or whether or not all this town is going to just kill Severian on sight.
Exactly. And then that was all it was, so we can rewind back to the weapons being stowed away.
As we're following, Elder
Thava.
Thava. As we're following Elder Thava, I look at I look at all of you and just, we need to leave those that can stay behind, as many as they can. We need to leave after this
Basagar,
conversation.
for once, we need to stay.
Yeah.
And we
If
need to have a
Haemawud-
conversation now.
Yes.
There's information we need.
No, I agree. We need to have this conversation, but I'm not staying here.
Basagar, we are a few days off yet still, right?
I assume he was trying to say the people following along with us.
Yeah.
They can stay.
Okay.
Right, but we can't.
No,
We have to get information first before we
of course, and I want to. But if Haemawud is destroyed,
it's better to know how it was destroyed than to show up and find it destroyed with no answers.
you're right.
And if it's already destroyed, another
it
day
is
or
destroyed.
2 may not make a difference.
Yeah.
You
Let's see
said
what they
yourself,
say.
if it was destroyed, you would no longer be, correct?
That's what I thought.
Well, the tree at least, right? The first blood within
Yeah.
the tree.
Why don't we see what answers we can get here first, and then decide what's next.
Elder Thava is leading you guys into the yurt-style building, and there is a large, what looks like centralized and several rings of like stumps, logs, whatever they could use and fashion to a sittable furniture of sorts. But it's all kind of focused around one spot that is like a little higher dais.
I have a question. Are we going in there like everybody we brought, or like are we just kind of going in there like the 6 of us? Like,
Lady Liza will walk up. You just tell us what you want me to do. If you want me to take the guards and protect the nobles while you make parley, then I can do that. Or if you prefer to be everybody inside, I don't want to split anything up.
Just,
I need to be close to the prince first and foremost, both of them, and the princesses. Actually, all 3 of them. Sorry.
Elder Thava, kind of step, just kind of right behind Elder Thava as we're walking. Do you have a place for those who need some rest that they can go to?
Yes, we have something that should work. The Briar Watch platforms will.
Basagar cringes.
We have platforms that are away from the swamp, that are a little higher, that they should be able to take rest within. But we do have the Rootbound Hall has some makeshift beds. We don't get a lot of visitors, so our sleeping arrangements are a little lacking. Maybe a few cabins here and there for some guests.
I think the hall works.
They will happily make do with whatever they're given.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've... Honestly, any mention of bed will appease many.
I could see what I could round up. I would say the Rootbound Hall would be the best and safest. Our watches are currently active for any of the briars.
Basagar cringes again. Yes, let us... If there's someone that you could have them lead, and we will separate us.
Yeah, she waves somebody over. You see a young goblin kind of is or looks like to be a young goblin kind of comes over as Elder Thava bends down. Like you're very familiar with this process, trying to like get down on their knees just to be eye level with, but even on her knees, like she like almost like is still looking down to this goblin. Take whoever it is necessary that needs rest. Go to the Rootbound Hall. Make arrangements. Get any cots, any makeshift fashions. Treat everybody here as guests, as my guests. They should be treated as with utmost respect.
Ghore will go to interject and think better of it.
Yeah.
You don't need to treat them too well. They're gonna have to be back on the road eventually. They've been so hard to get comfortable on the road. Just I'm not saying to treat them poorly, but
You talking to Nessa or the goblin?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, they look up. She goes, "Okay, fine."
That's all I ask. They're gonna be such a pain if they get all comfortable, and I mean, they could be your problem if you'd prefer.
Nothing can be my problem. I guarantee it. He kind of looks and goes, "All right, everybody, if you need to come this way, if you want a bed, you want somewhere to sleep," and like there's like a forceful line.
I look at the captain of the Ghore Bound and go, if you would like to send whoever to go with them, and then if yourself would like to stay with the princes. And
I would prefer to be close to,
of course,
the princesses and the princes.
Yeah. The non-combatants.
She looks over at the rest of the Ghore Bound guard, and she goes, "All right, Bufo, Torque, Vesk, Milo, go with the rest. Protect the nobles." They snap to attention, kind of like give a quick nod and usher with the goblin.
So are the two pillars and Silwyn and the captain staying with us, basically, and like...
And Wilhelm.
The village people are basically
Wilhelm's
going
staying with
to
us.
take a nap? Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly, Wilhelm is good in social situations, so we're gonna see.
So the pillars will go with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going with
the
everybody.
pillars
They're
will.
not staying with us? Okay.
Yeah, the pillars will.
Okay.
But all Varels will stay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the pillars was a Varel, wasn't it?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So
Varel
she's staying.
stay.
Varel stay,
She's
everyone
gonna-
else.
Yeah. Well, the Princess Marilyn is going to go with the people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Lady Liza feels safe with that because there are Ghore Bound that are there to protect her.
Okay.
But yeah.
Kieran is cursing as Marilyn is like turning her back on the negotiations, as she's the the one that normally does this kind of thing among the pillars. So
Yeah. She turns around, looks at you, and just like smiles, gives you a grimace, does like a small curtsy, and just kind of like mouths, "You got this."
There's got to be the most sassy curtsy.
I look to Elder Thassa. Thank you, and we will also return the hospitality in kind.
Good. All right. Well, you have come a long way, have you not? So you must have a reason for coming. You say you want to heal the Heartwood. What is this reason that you have pushed so? Have you heard about everything?
We have come from the castle. For context, for listeners and the rest of the group, what the elder for Hallowmere, how, like, what would Basagar know about the elder?
The name rings a bell.
Yeah.
Because you know that she was a elder back even before Oryx was the first blood.
Oh shit.
She's old.
Yeah.
She was around in Haemawud. She's left years and years ago to maybe that's why Hallowmere rings a bell to you, because she kind of started Hallowmere, and there's something magical. You can feel the Lumora presence in and around you. But yeah, so she was. I don't think we went into a detail of who was the warden of the first blood before Oryx. So, but yeah, so before Oryx, she was. That's when her timeline in Haemawud.
Got it. With knowing that now, there is more comfort in this conversation. We have reasons to believe that we could potentially fix the rot that is happening in the Heartwood.
That would be great. We have been defending ourselves for a long time.
We think that could also help in motions to Severian, the curse that has run through his blood.
And is this something that you want, Briar Warrior? You want this curse to be lifted and gone?
I have, as of yet, been on a journey to discover what is wrong with my people, but I am not sure I have any desires as to the outcome.
She looks at you. Definitely did not expect the level of intelligence that you just spit out. And she's and she kind of like shakes her head and like looks at everybody. When was the last time you were in?
I think that is something we would like to discuss, as before we go into our plans and everything we wish to do. We do not know your current situation, and you've made several allusions towards an ongoing war and desolation of the Haemawud.
Yes,
We are unaware of the current situation and would gratefully accept a description and a summary of such before we start going over everything we wish to do.
An above-table question. How long has it been since Basagar and Severian were in Haemawud?
Just a few months. Like maybe half of, 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
Yes, what he said.
Elder Thava turns, and you see that there are several other people that are walking up, all kind of dressed in the different regalia of moss and sticks, and looks like the level of sticks they have in their moss represent their rank and their stature in Hallowmere. But let's see, Nessa is gone. You see a Galapa that is going up. He looks like he has moss. He's got several sticks that are woven in with different flowers and looks and bones and things. Like he's got just a whole like armband. Very Rufio, I would say, is just like a chest plate of sticks and bones. Sorry, I'm dating myself. But there's several other people as they walk up. She goes, "This is old Rennick Vale. He is our elder hunter, Briar Watch Master." As you look, as he is just eyeballing you.
Stare him down.
He's
right
like a
back
large,
at him.
He is a large, what looks like if you're gonna classify him as a turtle, it'd be like a large painted turtle, or a box turtle, with a very colorful head, black and crossed shell. Another person walks up, a younger scout looking person. Looks very cat-like, be almost Qatari, almost like a raccoon, if you will. Tovin Reedstep. This is our scout. This is our Briarwatch runner. So you get a feeling this is a very themed council they are putting together.
Now I don't know who to stare at.
Severian's going cross-eyed.
Lisa Fenn, our village weaver. Looks like a fawn. Steps up. She's got all kinds of coats and furs and different animal skins that are bearing over her as she's adorned in all kinds of stuff. She also runs our local apothecary, so if you need anything, feel free to ask her. And then one more is an old child. No, sorry. I looked at my thing. It said I have odd child in my notes, but not old child. That'd be weird.
I mean, it would be odd if they were old.
Yeah. But a brindle, as she goes, this is brindle. A halfling that walks up. Definitely is not a child, but they just call brindle odd child because of how small she is. But these are the council members of Hallowmere. They all walk into the center. Hallowmere is the last remaining civilization in the Verdance forest. They have all been taken over by the remnants of the Briar Tangle. I don't know how much you know about your kind since you left, but there are more of you in the surface, and it all started around Haemawud. Haemawud was the first target, led by Oryx. I don't know if you remember that name or not. He was the predecessor to you.
I remember Oryx, yes.
We've seen him.
There are still survivors there. They didn't wipe out Haemawud completely. Just took it over. It is the outskirts that they are targeting. They are searching for something. Or something that they are looking for. Something that they needed. We have been defensive. We have been lucky to be in such a defensible territory. We've used the swamp to our advantage. The Briar warriors. Your kind don't really like the swamp. They get caught in the thickets, if you will, in the weeds, in the muck, in the mire. That is the gist of the current situation with Haemawud. If you want to heal it, you might need to take it back.
Have you been able to capture any of these? What are your people called, Severian?
We don't have a name for ourselves?
I suppose you all here have dubbed them briars?
Yes. They are all wrapped in these briars that your friend is wrapped in.
Good a name as any.
We called you Briarblood.
I feel dirty saying it, but I suppose a name for now.
We called you Briarblood because you had traces of the first blood in you when we were healing you.
If there is another name that you prefer, please let us know. We will.
I'm sorry, I just don't seem to understand the situation that we're in.
Don't either. I prefer not to be in this situation.
I understand. Oryx defeated me, but he would have had to...
He wanted an army.
I haven't seen any evidence of my people having left our home for as long as I've been gone. I'm having a hard time believing what you're saying.
Would you like evidence?
I suppose.
She walks over. This might be hard to see, but she points a direction, and you see what looks like remnants of your people from attacks that have been made against Hallowmere. They are surface level. They are very mighty. We were several stronger than we are now.
How many?
How many what?
How many of my people have surfaced?
That is a number I do not know. But they run through the Verdance forest, destroying everything in their path. They are looking for... I forgot what they... There was one thing that they kept saying.
They wouldn't be looking for anything unless they were told to look for something. Oryx commands that many.
I believe so.
Well, worse. Oryx is in Varelia, so someone else in his stead is still commanding them. That's even more disturbing.
If Oryx is in Varelia, that means that there is a time and a place that he is not in control of Haemawud. So if that is a fact, then now would be the time to try to go in.
That's where we've come from.
Yes.
That's why we've come.
Have you connected with anyone in Haemawud?
Every once in a while I try to reconnect, but that is why we have chosen where we are. We cannot be found here, as we are separated from the ground. If you connect to the ground, anytime one of us steps on the ground, we get flashes and signals that somebody is searching. Always searching.
Yes, I'm all too familiar.
Maybe he's not searching for us. Maybe he's searching for whatever it is he's got Severian's people looking for.
You did not say what they were mentioning. What are they searching for?
We don't know exactly. It has something to do with the Heartwood.
Did they by chance say defunct?
Yes. That is the word that they were saying. It was odd. I just thought it was the ramblings of the Briars.
It is the ramblings, but I do not believe it is their own.
So they've said Heartwood and defunct.
Well, they didn't. We assumed they came from the Heartwood, as that was the direction that they came from. But the only words that they were saying was defunct, and they were looking for some type of key. We were able to get some of the sympathetics that have chosen to side with them.
What of the First Blood? Is it still there?
As far as I know, the fact that we are still here, the fact that the forest is still alive in its state. I think if something would happen to the First Blood, you and I would be the first to know, along with all the rest of the Rizari.
Is it possible that the key is your amulet? Your amulet that you carry? If that has something to do... I mean, it comes from the First Blood. Could that be what they're looking for?
They're searching the outskirts of the Haemawud. Well, we've been given very direct information about what could be at the edge.
What do you know of the amulet?
The amulet was always on the First Blood, as long as I remember. I do know if it was ever removed, that might be an issue. We always kept it with him.
I was told.
Sorry, the amulet was above table. The amulet was always on the First Blood or the First Warden?
The First Blood.
It belonged to the First Blood.
So if it's not there, that's
Got
why
it.
I was wondering if that's what they're looking for.
Right, got it. Okay.
And you brought it to where?
I was told to bring it to Castle Gorlich
Who told you?
by Meyer. The only thing that I was able to understand.
Of Meyer said that there has to be a reason. I wonder if it was to draw them there.
Then how have we not seen any of them? We have not seen a single other like Severian.
No.
We've traveled throughout the city through the Verdance.
Except
Liza
for-
had. Liza said she had seen
Yes,
some...
that's right. I have seen them before.
Well, and
Not in
also the
Varelia.
ones that we saw at the Hasps market were also very similar to Basagar.
Yeah.
But to Severian, if they're sending armies of his kind around,
I think
Perhaps we haven't
they've
gotten
just
close
been in
enough.
the forest.
If they're searching around the Heartwood, we're still a few days away, correct?
Yes.
Perhaps they just haven't expanded their search far enough for us to see them yet.
did Oryx know you? You had the amulet.
He was gone before I became a warden. And he severed himself. And looking at Elder, he severed himself from our connection. Only until recently that asshole has reconnected himself.
I find it odd that Oryx would do anything like this.
He's allied himself with this group called the Abrogate. A group who believes that nature should return back into the state that it once was.
Or at least that's what they're preaching. Who knows what they actually believe.
That's what they're selling.
Yeah.
You see the village weaver, Liza. or Lisa, not Liza, Lisa. She kind of picks up when you say the abrogate. I have heard of this faction. They are from Port Cairmore, right? That's where they hail from?
That's what we believe.
Yeah. They've just heard rumors going around from travelers saying that they are trying to bring down anything that has to do with any type of monarchy or
Yes.
or structure. They are invading Varelia.
They have taken over Varelia.
The stories I've heard, they've taken over far more than that.
What about beneath?
Not when we left.
Yeah, but Oryx was there with them too. He's part of this. And if he's controlling or commanding Severian's people to kill everybody in the Verdance, they're not just looking to unseat monarchies.
No, there's bigger things at play here. We just don't know. We don't have a clear picture of all the pieces. We don't know how everything fits together yet.
They seek to destroy order in preference for things wild and uncontrolled, undirected by any single individual or group.
Either that or they seek to destroy what is currently kind of keeping balance so that they can take over control.
Perhaps that's their underlying motive. I
Yeah.
was speaking only to what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, but none of that even begins to explain why.
I don't
What's
think
the
they've ever
motivation?
explained why.
Well, but somebody who's pulling the strings in the background likely has some motive. Something they may not even be aware of. It's just too many coincidences. Oryx, Severian's people, Port Cairmore and Jareth, Voss, so many things, so many threads that are tied up together. We just don't have a clear picture of what's tying all these things together and why they're doing what they're doing. I think the picture is far bigger than what we can see.
I'm sure we will discover more as we progress toward the Heartwood. That is my main priority, and if my people are there, then I will bring them back into line. They are my responsibility, and if Oryx is absent, then I will bring order in his stead.
If the Heartwood is occupied, we can't take the civilians there.
No.
They'll be welcome to stay here as long as we can keep them.
Thank you.
But by the same token, as you're saying, our goals have not changed.
Yeah.
I am going back
That's fine.
to Haemawud.
We'll all go with you, but we've got to make sure that the others are safe, and it sounds like this is as safe a place as any right now for them. Maybe the only safe place left in
You have not
days, if not weeks, travel.
You have not connected to anyone recently.
Not in a very long time.
Oh.
Seraphina's looking at the map.
Yeah. As everybody's talking, I feel like Seraphina kind of took the map out, and Hold on. Seek not the crown beneath the crown, for what was stolen was never worn in truth. Find first the brother who still stands, though time has sealed his mouth with rot.
Yes, the first blood.
Absolutely.
As I said, our goals have not changed.
Turn from the throne of living wood and walk where the daylight drowns in shadow.
One thing at a time, please.
Well, sweetie, I haven't gotten a chance to actually look at this yet, so I'm just piecing it all together.
Seraphina, as much as it would be good to read this, it might be better to read it in less company.
Yeah, okay.
You see, like, some of the council members are, like, writing stuff down.
Maybe not reading it out loud in front of all the people.
If we are to keep these people here to be protected from my people, I will give you some advice on how to protect against our tactics.
That would be very advantageous.
First, be sure they're still following your tactics and not Oryx's or whoever else is commanding them.
Yeah.
I could tell you that the ones that we have fought have been scrambling. crawling up the trees, trying to stay out of the water as much as possible, using each other as distractions. They are fast and mobile.
They do anything possible to achieve victory, and the fact that you've held them off for so long is impressive.
We have, like I said, we are in a territory where it's easy to defend for now. We have not been victorious all the time. We do lose people, and it's only a matter of time before they whittle us down until it's, well, harder to defend with less people.
I fear what we might lose in tactical ability, we make up for in sheer numbers. I alone birthed many broods of children, several of whom have already perished, as they should. But many more have lived on to be strong warriors, not quite as great as myself, or even Oryx, but you've done well to protect yourselves against them. I'll do what I can for you.
I would greatly appreciate that, and if there's anything else that we can do for you, it's...
Severian, the Elder mentioned that they stay out of the water. Does the water here irritate you?
I don't.
Is it uncomfortable or anything? That maybe that's an insight to something that might be able to
Or does it
deter them?
Or does it slow you down?
Or is it just a matter of tactics? And
I'm unsure.
Because you went into the... Well, you were kind of forced into the water.
There isn't water where we come from. Maybe just be a natural advantage.
Severian, come outside for just a minute.
Zeph's going to walk outside too and just kind of take a look around the town.
Yeah.
And where the tree lines are.
Mm-hmm.
While they do whatever they're about to do.
Yeah.
Just want him to dip his toes in.
Well, didn't he take a bath in the lake? That's when the hippo...
But not in the waters
Normal
here.
Right.
The hippo...
Yeah.
This
Around
is different
this
water.
city is what I'm thinking.
Oh, that's right, because there was like a lot of Lumora, right?
Yeah, so the Blackwater Lagoon is, as you step outside, you could still feel that presence, that tingly ozone of Lumora around you. The waters are black, like it's swamp black, almost oddly so. But you do, I guess, that as you are looking out, you see that there are people with lanterns. There's fireflies everywhere. I'll say it's probably getting close to evening. There's fire. It's magical. Yeah, it looks beautiful, but there's fireflies that light up all of the shoreline of the Blackwater Lagoon. But there are people that are on the edge of the lagoon, maybe further down. But there's hooded, cloaked. They have, like I said, lanterns that they're holding down, but you see them, they set down, and you watch as they kneel beside it and put their hands in the water and bring it up and splash their face, and then they just sit down and kind of like hold their hands above the water, and you can hear this faint, like low harmonic, almost like throat singing or humming or meditation. It is like a group of these people that are meditating by the waters, and you see the lights of the fireflies illuminate brighter and pulse a little bit with everything. And this is a very hallowed and ritualistic place.
Severian, try. Don't jump in, please. But try and place a part of your body in the water. Your hand, preferably something that has a briar on it. I'm curious if the waters might irritate your people.
Very hesitantly.
And Ghore will kind of brace himself to help pull you back.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm kind of leaning my body weight back.
Yeah, Ghore will absolutely anything you need to like brace or he'll help.
I'll touch it.
Yeah. Make a presence roll for me, please. Yeah.
What is presence?
Did the elder leave and follow them, or
No,
no?
she's still in the yurt.
I mean, if there's a door, we would have left it open.
Yeah.
Would have
There
been
is
my
no
intent.
doors, so
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
it's wide open on the side, so you
Okay.
can see everything.
14 with fear.
14 with fear. That makes sense, because as soon as you touch the Blackwater Lagoon, it stings and sizzles as the water gets in your open sores from the briars and pulls in. It is decidedly very, very painful.
That's really not good. It really hurts a lot. Like worse than, yeah.
Worse than the briars themselves. Elder, I think we may have a solution for you.
Okay.
The water itself seems to irritate his people, so you may be able to deter them without having to fight.
What the fuck is wrong with this shit?
I mean,
Already
is
pulled my
anybody else
hand out.
thinking
Yeah,
water
yeah.
cannons?
Still hurts.
Water cannons,
Exactly
right?
where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Water balloons.
She looks, she goes, well, yes, that is why it's so easily defensible. We've used the water as a defense mechanism for several days and months.
You could have stopped me.
I sometimes self-realization is the best realization, because now you believe with your own experimentation.
Elder Thessa, what is the purpose of this water? I've been feeling greater presence of the Mora in this area.
This is the Mare of Echoing Roots. That's what we call it here. It is a magical place where people could come and pray to the water. And the water gives you visions, gives you echoes of what is to come. Some people say it's fate. Some people think it's just something to keep you warm and happy, but there's a deep meaning behind it. And so we protect it. That's why we are here.
So everyone wants to touch the water again.
As does Basagar.
I'm just picturing Severian keeps dipping a finger going, ow, ow, ow.
Kua is just like kind of loosely holding on to Severian by like an arm or something. Just he'll stop eventually, right? He'll tire himself out.
But
How do you see the visions?
it is a form of information that we gather through it. You see, we as Rosari and the rest of the fungal races can talk to each other through miles and miles of pre-laid networks of myceliants and everything. The water collects all that information and holds it within.
Clarification. Was that a Kurt mess up, or did she just say myceliants?
I know what I said.
I'm terribly sorry. I must have misheard you. You said myceliants?
Yes. The myceliants are what create the network. They are living beings themselves.
Go on.
The fungal network, the mycelia that we use to connect everything, they are their own race of people. We can grow them and send messages wherever we want.
You wouldn't, either of you fine fungal folk, have any way to communicate with these myceliants, would you?
We don't communicate with them. We pray over the waters, we keep it. But we, like I said, we have been disconnected from the network for centuries.
Shit.
Basagar, I think you may have had the realization that I was just having.
I think we are the defunct because we have been disconnected from their network.
Well, I was never connected, to be clear.
No, right. I'm sorry. What if... Elder, could you describe what you think a mycelium looks like?
Could look very similar to us. Could look more...
Ancient?
Nature. More ancient is the word. They are an ancient race. It's kind of where the myth and the legend of Rizari and Fungrels come from.
Big, angry, little dumb.
Yes. They are the messengers.
They sure had a fucking message, all right.
Yeah.
We have come across...
I had a message from Oryx.
Yeah.
That makes 2 species they've weaponized.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Control how you communicate, or control the communication network.
Well, yeah, it's a
Step
great
1.
It's a great way to attack a lot of different places all at one time. When you can communicate over vast distances.
I'm sorry, you said this water provides visions of the future, yet you just also said it is a collection of current and past knowledge.
Yes.
Which is it?
All of it. We use the current information.
So the
And
myceliums can see into the future? Or is it best guesses using current knowledge?
best guesses what we give them. There is Lumora in the waters. There's
Elder,
been blessed by one of the domains.
Sounds like 4. One of my Onyxkin fellows, he would cast his guesses of what the weather would be for the day and whether it was suited to mining. It seems to be a very familiar...
Yes.
are there any survivors from Haemawud here?
We do have some, yes.
What about the one that you said that hardly talked anymore?
Meyer would if Meyer was uprooted, he would probably have perished already. Is Meyer here?
No. Meyer would still be connected to
He is
everything.
by the first blood himself.
Yes. We do have Thistle.
Thistle's here?
Yes.
Just a wave of all the emotions finally settles into a little bit of relief. Okay, that's great. Where is she?
She is in the chapel of the Ninefold Root.
May, the direction, please?
Yes. And she points that direction.
That's
probably where we're going to stop.
All right.
we went way longer than I thought we were going to go to. But yes, Thistle in town. A lot going on in Haemawud. And there's a lot going on in the Daggerheart scene that you all should be checking out too. Some of our friends are putting out some great content for your listening pleasure, such as Momentum, Queen of Daggers, Heart of Fire, and of course Dodoborn. If you want to come hang out with all of the creators of those amazing actual plays, head on over to the Mimic Society on Discord, and you'll find all of us over there. It's like hanging out at a convention without the lines, smells, and overwhelming sounds. Speaking of sounds, if you've been enjoying the sound design and sound effects that we put into our show, you can use them in your games at home with Syrinscape. You can add amazing sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop app or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. If you are local to the Piedmont area, make sure to check out Luck Factory Games in Concord, North Carolina if you're looking for a great place to play some board games, sleuth your way through some social deduction mysteries, and charge your way through an adventure in one of their many nights of TTRPG events. The staff is incredibly friendly and ready to teach you how to play any game you pick off the shelf. But if you get caught in the decision paralysis of choosing a game like me, they will ask you 3 questions and hand you a game you are sure to fall in love with. Head over to luckfactorygames.com to start planning your next epic night out. Whew. All right, I think that about does it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us through the story so far. We love all of you and can't wait to show you what comes next for Seraphina and the Warriors. So make sure you tune in next time. because the fate of our adventurers is TBD. Bye, y'all.
I'm so disappointed in all of you. I made up a whole person and nobody caught my forecast joke.